Well, welcome to Ravensdale Bible Academy. Today's course is Introduction to Marriage, and today's lesson is called Unequally Yoked. We get this concept from the Bible, which is found in 2 Corinthians 6:14, and it states this: "Do not be bound together with unbelievers, for what partnership have righteousness and lawlessness, or what fellowship has light and darkness?" And so what does this mean? What this principle is telling us is that when we're thinking about marriage, when we're engaged in a covenant relationship in a marriage, you're not supposed to be bound together with a non-believer. You're not supposed to get married to somebody who's not also a Christian. Now, the idea here of unequally yoked comes from the terms used with oxen. And so you picture these two great oxen, and they're bound together, and they're pulling a cart, or they're pulling a plow, right, to plow a field. Now, imagine that you have these two great big oxen, and they're going in the path, right? And now just imagine one wants to go one way, right, and the other one wants to go left, okay? And one and they're pulling. Now they're bound together, and so they can't really go two different directions at the same time, so they just would stop, right? Or imagine if they were rowing together, they're bound together, they could end up just going in circles. And so the idea of the oxen team is that they pull together in the same direction. And so working together, they have twice the strength, twice the pull. And so in a spiritual relationship, when we talk about being unequally yoked, what we're really talking about is being in an unequal partnership in a marriage, in a covenant relationship with Satan. A covenant relationship in a marriage is between the husband, the wife, and God. If you're in a unequally yoked relationship, then you're in a relationship with one spouse that's in relationship with God and the other spouse that's in relationship with Satan. Okay, and so how else do we understand this? Well, an unbelieving world is in relationship with Satan. That means unbelievers don't have the same rules. They don't have the same laws. They have unbelieving ways. And so, for instance, maybe one of your core beliefs as a believer is that you're entering into a lifelong covenant relationship. You understand that God hates divorce. And so these are principles. You understand that adultery is not acceptable. These are principles by which you live by. Because you follow the Lord God Almighty, you follow the laws of the Bible. But in an unequally yoked relationship, your spouse might be following a different set of rules. And so you're going in different directions. Now imagine being in this marriage relationship and you want to go to church and they don't want to go to church. You want to raise their kids to love the Lord. The other doesn't want to raise them to love. You want to follow the Bible. They don't want to follow the Bible. Do you see how an unequally yoked relationship is ultimately going to go in different directions? And so the true alliance, the idea of the oxen team pulling together, going in the same direction with the same goals, the same vision, the same mission, the same plan, just doesn't work. And so the only way to have a true biblical alliance is to be equally yoked as believers in Jesus Christ. Genesis 2:24 says it this way: the two become one. And so you can't have two masters, right? You can't have two different people serving two different masters. That's not going to work. And so there's a reason why God doesn't believe in missionary dating. There's a reason why God doesn't say, look, if the best way to build a strong relationship and the best way to evangelize and preach the gospel to the world is by marrying non-believers, Well, then God would have told us that. But that concept doesn't work. And so we're instructed to do the opposite. Look, this is exactly why God doesn't use marriage as an evangelistic tool or method. So, be on the same track, pull in the same direction, don't be unequally yoked.